those new tariffs are also having an impact on investment decisions that are being made by big tech companies. Will Anderson, who is the editor-in-chief of the Dallas Business Journal, is back with us this week, and that's what we're talking about today, Will. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So let's talk about this. Apple just made this big announcement of $100 billion in investments. This is on top of $500 billion that Apple had already planned. Is this all because of tariffs, or is some of this likely investments that these companies planned to do anyway, but they're saying it that way because it, pleases the higher powers in D.C.?
Maybe a bit of A and B, but it's very telling that they made the announcement at the White House yesterday, alongside the president announcing he's going to enact these stringent tariffs on semiconductors, up 100%, except if you're a company that's moving production to the U.S., as Apple's talking about doing. And yes, Apple had production here of some things. Plenty of companies have been moving things back to the U.S., but not on this scale. So, like you said, they announced $100 billion more, $600 billion total in spending, and a lot of that is going to be in North Texas.
So talk a little bit about that. I mean, that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of investment here in North Texas. What does that mean for the region? Yeah,
and I want to be clear, they talk about it as an investment, but really a lot of it is their partnerships, buying from companies here in North Texas. It's not that Apple's building a factory here, but they're going to be buying the chips from TI up in Sherman. They're going to be buying wafers, silicon wafers that go into chips up in Sherman from Global Wafers, a company up there. So they're going to be spending massive amounts of money flowing into the economy here, right? Huge, not job production by Apple, but down the line, huge economic impact for these companies, the people that they employ, and really a huge jump start or supercharging of the tech scene.
Yeah, because that trickle-down effect really matters, especially if these companies look to expand or maybe bring on more staff and so forth. That's not the only semiconductor news here in DFW, though. Let's talk about the FW side of Dallas-Fort Worth. They've had some big wins lately.
They have, but they haven't been known for semiconductor production, where Dallas has a history of that with TI and others. So they were talking about using some incentives to lure, a $200 million plus, not semiconductor factory, but it's kind of a stealthy young startup that does, they help companies build hardware. So you can see how that would be impactful to semiconductors. And they see it as a huge way to maybe get into the semiconductor space. So that's happening in Fort Worth. Also, this week we reported that Qorvo, which is a company that already works a lot with Apple, Qorvo is shifting production of one of their, tech components, all of that production moving from North Carolina to Richardson, to the DFW area. That was a giant shift that almost is lost in now this giant Apple news. So plenty of semiconductor projects circling or confirmed for North Texas.
And the one in Fort Worth, if we could go back to that for just a second, is an especially big deal, though, because for the size of that city, you guys talked about this in the article, they don't have a lot of that research and development necessarily in that industry. And so this really kind of jumpstarts that and maybe plants that seed and maybe others follow because you have that workforce.
Definitely, it can create an ecosystem. So in the same way that we saw TI go up to Sherman, and now TI has their multi-billion-dollar plant open in Sherman, Global Wafers followed, right? Other suppliers followed. So companies that want to work with them, that are their customers or train people and help people, that all follows. Different kind of level investment. We're talking in the hundreds of millions in Fort Worth, but you expect to see some similar ecosystem being built out, and then maybe down the line, more of those really big ticket, top dollar investments happening.
There's so much going on here in North Texas, which is why we love having you guys on. You're on top of all of these things. It's like every day there's more coming, and it's great to be able to keep up with it.
I feel like I'm repeating myself sometimes. Another big tech company want to invest in Texas, but it's startling to think about, because Apple also said they're investing in Austin and Houston. I mean, Texas becoming a new global or national semiconductor hub in the coming years, and as you said, high-paying jobs and ecosystem building that comes along with that.
It's like a huge magnet that just keeps pulling them all in. Thanks for all the coverage on it, and please keep coming back and letting us know more. And if you'd like to read more, just look up the Dallas Business Journals there online. They always know what's happening, even before it happens sometimes. Will, thanks so much for being here again.
Thank you.